All right, we're getting new major details of a major hack, this time coming from China. This comes after we've gotten previous major hacks from North Korea, Russia, and Iran. It seems like a concentrated effort of all of these different countries, which they're all allies, against the United States. You can see here US alarmed as China hacks critical systems. How Chinese hackers are getting in, how they can be stopped. And this is a big concern as they've hacked water systems and energy power grids. And this is a concern because, and I'll show you a clip here in a moment, as officials think that China could be preparing for war. And this had actually been going on. They've actually found out the vulnerability after almost a year. Okay, and they had actually already been infiltrated here into these water systems and these power grids. And this is just what the US is telling us about. Okay. Think about how many times the United States has been hacked and they haven't told us about, right? Because clearly, if they're telling us about this, think about how many times that the United States has been hacked and they don't want to actually let us know about it, right? They're letting us know about this one because they found out about it and they're okay with telling us about it, and they're saying, hey, we need to be prepared about this because we think that China is preparing for war. Take a listen here.
Meanwhile, watch out. China's cyber army is on the attack, infiltrating 24 critical U.S. entities at least over the past year. Just some of the victims. You got a water utility company over in Hawaii, along with a major West Coast port and oil and gas pipeline. What are they up to? Here to react and to analyze, Scowcroft Center for Strategy and Security, Vice President Matthew Koenig. Matt, what are they up to?
Well, Brian, it's good to be on the show. And unfortunately, China's preparing for war with the United States. The strategy here is that they want to be able to invade Taiwan. They're worried that the United States will project military power from bases in Hawaii and the continental United States to Asia to defend Taiwan. And so what China's trying to do is to do these cyber intrusions, lay in wait, and at the right moment attack ports, attack water supply, attack energy supplies to prevent the United States from projecting military power forward. So in short, they're preparing for war.
Why do you think we're getting this story now?
Well, it's come out now, and I think part of the reason is that the administration, the U.S. government, has had a hard time getting these private companies to take the necessary security measures. You know, these companies, small utilities, aren't directly controlled by the U.S. government. They're small private companies. And so the Department of Homeland Security has tried to get them to increase their cybersecurity standards, has tried to get them even just to disclose that they have an issue. But often they don't want to do that. They don't want to announce to their customers that they have a problem, and they don't want to spend the extra money that would be required for cybersecurity.
And now public pressure could actually make them do this. They might say, hey, listen, my margins are small. I can't be worried about the latest in cyber defense force. Should the federal government play a role in defending these companies?
Well, that is one option, and the U.S. government does have a role in defending cyber attacks against U.S. military bases, against the Department of Defense, and so increasing the government's role could be part of the answer. Another part of the answer could just be speaking clearly with the American people and with these companies about the stakes here. You know, happy talk. We just had the Biden and Xi summit in San Francisco a month ago, pretending like the United States and China are going to somehow cooperate. I think we need to be clear with the American people that we're in a new Cold War with China, and let's hope it stays cold because it could get hot. This is going to be a serious rivalry for probably decades to come.
And it kind of makes you wonder here with Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea constantly hacking the United States, and Americans, US troops getting attacked in the Middle East over 150 times this year. Trying to even keep track of the count is hard because they're getting attacked every single day. And these different groups, who knows who's actually backing them? Iran, Russia. It's, tough to even keep track of that as well. We know one thing: the US needs to be beefing up the enforcement and the strength back of what we're willing to tolerate and what we're not willing to tolerate. You can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Zelensky is actually coming to Washington, D.C. to ask Congress for $60 billion to fight against Putin. The question is, does the United States want Putin to win? Russia's been hacking the United States. China's been hacking the United States. If China sees Putin win, if the same thing happens, if Hamas and Iran win in the Middle East, they keep attacking the United States, they see weakness in the Middle East, China could do the same thing next. They could literally try to take Taiwan. They see the United States as weak. Bada bing, bada boom. You see, all these things are related. If Russia can win in Ukraine, if Hamas and Iran can win in the Middle East, what do you think China's going to do next? They've been hacking the United States, and they've had this vulnerability, in literally Hawaii, where the Pacific Fleet is, for over a year. It makes you wonder, what are they preparing for? In fact, take a listen to this. Was this an act of war?
Lee Steinhauer is a Chinese-America relations policy expert, and Lee joins me now. Before we get into this, can I just ask, if China can hit us, surely we can hit them, can't we?
Absolutely. We have extensive cyber capabilities, and so we definitely have the means to attack China in the way that they are attacking us. Do we have the will to do it? We'll see. But in terms of capabilities, absolutely.
Do we ever show them what we can do? A little demonstration just to say, hey, don't get out of hand? Do we ever do that?
I don't think we announce it, and we're probably smart not to, but I would imagine that we are and have in the past given them a little taste of their own medicine. And if we're not, we sure as heck need to be doing so, especially now after the reports that we've been hearing in terms of what they're doing to us.
Let me just continue on this theme. Is an attack on a power plant in America an act of war by China?
Well, it's certainly an act of warfare. I think that what they're doing, what China's doing, is they're setting these kind of cyber time bombs in our critical infrastructure, power plants, utilities, that they're looking to set off in whenever they please, really, but certainly in the event of a conflict with Taiwan. And the effect of these time bombs would be to incapacitate our infrastructure. And I think if we found physical bombs in our physical infrastructure, we would certainly call that an act of war. And I think that this level of seriousness needs to come here as well.
Is hacking into our infrastructure a preparation for war?
I think that it is a preparation for war. I think what China did in the past was more commercial type espionage. They were stealing our company's technology, intellectual property, et cetera. But now they've certainly escalated to a point where they are going after our defense systems, our critical infrastructure. And again, they're setting these cyber time bombs, lying in wait, and I think in preparation for potential conflict, certainly with us in Taiwan.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are these acts of war? Should the U.S. be responding larger? Should the U.S. be responding more? What should the United States be doing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for liking these videos. It really helps out our channel. If you haven't yet, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on any new videos that come out here every day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Click this video here to see why you should be checking your medicine cabinet immediately because of some serious stuff that just came out. or click here to watch my newest video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.